And what's your pleasure?
From the Thomaston Place Auction Galleries in Thomaston, Maine, I'm Elizabeth McLeod with Auction Waves.
32,500, 100,000 there. Players all over the house, 400,000 on this rare piece, and 600,000, 900,000, 1 million, 1,175 once, 100,175 twice. We all good? Sold.
The nights are long, the air is crisp, and winter is fast approaching. But at Thomaston Place Auction Galleries, we share with you the warming glow of fine jewelry, up for bid in our Unreserved jewelry auction. In this edition of Auction Waves, our jewelry specialist Sylvia Lee joins us once again to review her top 5 choices out of more than 400 exciting auction lots. But first, the latest auction news. It's hard to believe 2025 is just about over. And at Thomaston Place Auction Galleries, we're wrapping up the year with something really special. A day of gold and silver and gems, of rings and necklaces and watches, all hand-selected by our auctioneer Kaja Veilleux from distinguished private collections, and all presented for your consideration without reserve prices. Each of the approximately 420 lots in this one-day-only event will be offered and each will sell for the high bid price. It's an opportunity designed for gift-giving, and the variety of pieces offered spans over a century of jewelry design, from the romantic elegance of fine Victoriana to bold statement pieces as contemporary as tomorrow. And with gold and silver continuing to climb in price, you can bid with confidence, knowing that each piece is not only a gift of unique beauty, worthy of its recipient, but also offers the security of precious metal. This year-ending auction event takes place Friday, December 5th at our galleries in Thomaston, and if you can't be with us to experience all the excitement in person, there's still time to get in your registration as a phone or absentee bidder. Just visit our website for easy instructions and our convenient online registration form, which will save you 5% on the buyer's premium on all successful bids. And of course, while you're there, you'll want to give careful attention to our online catalog, all waiting for you now at thomastonauction.com. This is Auction Waves, and I'm Elizabeth McLeod. The fascination of fine jewelry means different things to different people. For some, the understated glamour of a diamond solitaire. For others, the colorful flash of a tourmaline brooch. For still others, the playful whimsy of a figural pendant. Our Unreserved Collection jewelry auction features all of these and much more. And joining us today on Auction Waves to discuss her 5 favorite picks in this one-day-only sale, we welcome back our jewelry specialist, Sylvia Lee. So we begin with lot 5006, which is an absolutely elegant floral spray brooch designed by Tiffany & Company. Now, we have quite a few Tiffany pieces in this auction, and before we discuss this piece specifically, I wanted to ask how you would describe the general characteristics of Tiffany design. What would you say it is that makes a Tiffany piece look and feel like genuine Tiffany?
I feel like Tiffany has a very recognizable design DNA. Like they always clean, elegant, and intentional. I mean, even in their more detailed pieces, Tiffany's design never feel chaotic. Like your eyes always knows exactly where to land. There is clarity and balance in the way they build a piece. So like this brooch, for example, it's a 14 karat gold floral spray set with 8 beautiful faceted pink tourmalines and 2 diamonds. I actually suspect this one maybe been like a customized for a specific client because the style doesn't clearly follow any of their major design series. So in this case like that, I mean it's especially important for customers or buyers to look carefully for the Tiffany authentic hallmarks.
And it is a very graceful piece. That's the word that came to my mind. It just sort of sweeps along. And the tourmalines are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, they really are beautiful. What would you say a buyer should look for when they're considering quality tourmaline jewelry?
I mean, back to this piece itself, it's like Tiffany, as we mentioned previous episode. When we buy like a designer piece, it means like more than a jewelry. Like we buying the craftsmanship and history and design philosophy that stays consistent for over a century. And especially for the tourmaline, I always tell people to like the color, saturation, and the brightness. I mean, that means like how well the stone comes alive when you turn it under the light. And the pinks in this brooch are vivid, clean, and beautiful cut. And like tourmaline comes in almost every color. But some of the varieties are extremely rare, like the Paraiba ones. They are famous for its electronic and almost neon blue, caused by copper, and it glows even in lower light.
I don't think anybody ever really thinks much about blue tourmalines as much as the pink. So that would be an interesting piece to look at, to see that electric blue.
Exactly. Or like another kind of, it's the blue and the green combination ones.
And it's, the watermelon.
Yeah,
yes.
usually called watermelons. And those are actually more common, but still very collectibles. And it's showed a lot in our auction as well.
Yes, we do have some watermelon pieces that have generated a lot of enthusiasm from our bidders. And again, it's fascinating to think of these beautiful pieces. It's all just an expression of chemistry.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, well, it was lithium that made it that color. It kind of takes the romance out to think of it that way, but that is the truth of it.
Very fun.
Lot 5014, 5014, is one of a number of figural pieces that we have in this auction, shaped like various animals or creatures of various kinds. And I have to say, this is the only time I've ever seen a golden pufferfish. Tell us about him. Tell us about him.
I mean, it's a very fun piece, because pufferfish, it's not very common in jewelry, as I understand. But it does have some symbol of courage in Asian culture. It's sometimes in maybe carving or in the paintings. But it's definitely very well in like jewelry field. And I mean, this one feels like very playful. It just, how can I say, it can just makes you smile when you saw it.
It would definitely be a conversation piece.
Yeah.
What's that around your neck? That's a pufferfish.
Yeah. It's like a golden fish is like more common, but this one's definitely more stunning.
You would be the only one in the room wearing a pufferfish necklace, and I think that is something that you should be proud of if you're able to do that. So someone should buy this piece and really own it.
Yeah, exactly. And also like think about the weight of the gold. The total weight of this one is 6.4 pennyweights for 18 carats.
So that's a substantial piece of gold there. And with gold values going places they've never been before, that's definitely something to consider when bidding on this piece.
Exactly.
It's not just a whimsical novelty to wear around your neck. It's also an investment.
Exactly.
On to lot 5101. Now, I love this piece. This is the very epitome of like 1928, 29, 30 to me. It's the peak of the 20s Art Deco era. 14 karat yellow gold and carved jadeite.
Yeah.
Now, before we go on to any more details on this, what is the difference between jade and jadeite? Is that two different substances, or is it different expressions of the same substance?
Jadeite actually, I feel it's like included by jade. It's like the hardest jade, and we call it jadeite. And in the terminology, jade is kind of like a very broad word, especially in Chinese. And in here, United States, it usually means like two kind of thing. One is nephrite and one is jadeite. Nephrite is like more soft. You can think about white jade or Spanish jade. And for the jadeite is very hard and denser, and it's capable of taking like a very high polish, like this one.
It almost has like a waxy surface to it.
Yeah, when you very finely polish it, it will give you a even looks like a glassy, like very vivid shine.
A luster.
Yeah.
That goes beyond just a gloss. It has layers.
Yeah, very sharp.
It's almost like a fine piece of polished furniture, the way that depth of finish happens.
Yeah.
These plaques on this bracelet are very beautifully carved. If you take a look at it on our web catalog, our website, you can see the carvings, but you really need to look at them up close under a loupe to see just how intricate and beautiful these designs are. How would somebody make that? How is that carving done?
The carving is done using abrasives rather than the blades. So Jade is like incredible tough. So one of the hardest material jewelers work with. So, I mean, if you want to achieving this level of the details, the jewelers need to take tremendous skills and patience to do it, for sure.
And you need to have tremendously acute eyesight, which rules me out as ever learning this talent.
Not gonna be me.
I just so admire people who are able to do that level of work, that level of craftsmanship, to see the intense concentration that goes into producing a piece like this.
Yeah, exactly. And especially for this piece, it's also blended the traditional Asian artistry and also the Art Deco geometry. It's elegant, like architectural and culturally layered.
It's just a beautiful piece, and
Yeah.
it would go really well with any sort of a colorful outfit that you happen to wear. Or even, you could walk into the room in black wearing this, and it would be this punch of color that would really make you noticed.
Yeah.
5118 is another piece that you made note of for us. It's another vintage item. This is a very fine pair of 14-karat yellow gold clip-back earrings, and they're set with an absolutely gorgeous piece of oval coral in each of the earrings. What's notable about these? How would you describe the color, first off?
The color, I love the cabochon first, because usually cabochon's like more soft, especially when you're gonna carve a coral. And the colors mix of a peach, cream, and warm orange. Sometimes it's described as angel skin.
It almost looks marbled in a way. The colors are sort of very gently swished together rather than just a solid, bland, continuous piece. There's a level of detail in the color of this coral that the closer you look at it, the more you see, which I think is a really interesting thing to look at. So the next thing I would ask is this genuine coral from the ocean?
For sure. Yeah, I mean, only like a few coral varieties can have those like density and fine, growed stably for jewelry. Most of them was just very fragile. And especially there's two species usually used for jewelries. One is Corallium japonica and one is Corallium ruberum. Those are like most common ones when you saw in the coral related jewelries.
Now, is this jewelry wild or is it farmed? Do people grow coral specifically for jewelry, do you know? Or do they have to go and dive for it?
I think for this, especially like the vintage pieces, usually they just grow wild. It's like hard to grow, the coral. They are in the deep sea, so it's actually paid a lot of effort to diving and grab those.
So you have these beautiful pieces that have endured maybe, looking at the style of these, I would guess they're probably about 80 years old.
Yeah, exactly. And also, by the way, when you do the diving, watch out your sunscreens, because you don't want your sunscreens to destroy like the coral in deep the sea, because some of the sunscreens was definitely got the damage.
Really?
And yeah, they got damage to the corals.
So it's a very complex process, harvesting this coral, and then of course the level of workmanship that goes into creating the piece. It's really beautiful that you can have a piece like this. So I hope that the winner enjoys them very much.
Yeah, I know. And for this one, it's like a clip-on backs. Also like very gentle for the non-pierced ears.
Right. And at the time that these earrings were made, which would have probably been in the mid-40s or so from the looks of them, pierced ears were not that common in Western culture. It was very rare for a woman to pierce her ears, and that kind of remained so until the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
I remember I did my own with a potato and a sewing needle.
I still don't have pierced ears. I guess I'm living like 1940s.
You're a vintage person.
I take that.
That's a very good thing to be, actually. Finally, we have lot 5143. Now, this is an absolutely breathtaking Victorian-era ring of 14-karat yellow gold with aquamarines and sapphires. And I don't know what to look at first with this ring. Give me a description.
I mean, it's just centering like a pale blue-green aquamarine and two round old-cut sapphire on side. And it's setting in 14-karat gold and with filigree flower design. So for me, I just love the whole thing. And also for the classic 3-stone, it has a meaning behind. So it means the past, the present, and the future. So it's like a timeless and romantic piece.
The aquamarine has a very distinct smoky blue color, which I really like. But I don't think I've ever seen an aquamarine quite this shade before. Is it unusual?
Yeah, it's like a kind of special one. Because, nowadays, when we saw like an aquamarine, you're gonna think about a icy blue kind of thing. Because the treatment. Because today, like all the treatment available, so that little green hint is usually be taken out. So you barely saw the greenish aquamarine, but for this one, it's definitely untouched. So when it's naturally comes this way, it will give you such a beautiful antique and almost like a moldy glow.
It's an authentic piece. It has not been heat treated. It hasn't been altered in any way, and
I don't think so.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
How wide a variety of colors do we find in aquamarines?
Aquamarine actually comes in a wide range of color, from near colorless to teal and to deep Santa Maria blue. So this one it's very soft and watery, especially early 20th century color. We can see that.
Now, I note in the catalog notes that these are old cut sapphires. Now, what exactly does old cut mean? Is that a shape, or is it a description of the fact that it's vintage, or what does it mean?
So when we talk about old cuts, we are referring to the gemstone that will hand cut in 1900s to 1800s to 1900s. Basically, it's like the long way before modern precision cutting exists. Old cuts include rose cut, old mine cuts, and old European cuts, even some simple single cuts. Back then, there were no any strict cutting standard for each piece. So whatever the jewelers think the best way to do it, so probably they can combine several cuts. Like this 3-stone here, it's actually all old cuts. The center one is a mix over cuts, aquamarine, and the side one is round mix cut. So you will say it's usually more chunkier facets, and also it's softer sparkles, and you can feel it's like beautiful organic, and you can feel also the hard handcrafts there.
I really like that. I really like the idea that those were cut by somebody, again, working with hand tools who had a specific vision of what they wanted to see, and they were able to use their skill and their tools and just very carefully create that. It's like sculpting in a very tiny medium, and I think that is kind of a lost art today.
Yes, this is a whole ring. It's like completely handcraft. Because you can see it's slightly uneven prongs, and it's generally like a symmetry and like the warm tone you only can add by the age.
I like the asymmetrical aspect of the stones. You have a bigger aquamarine and a smaller aquamarine. They're not exactly the same the way that they might be today with someone machine producing. I think that's gives it a real distinctive look, and I think that whoever owns this piece is going to really get some enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
So, to cap our discussion, this is the big question. If you were going to bid on any item in this auction for yourself, what would it be?
Definitely this one. The lot 5143. Yeah, first, like the aquamarine is my birthstone, and also it just has everything I loved, like the handcraftsmanship, the emotional symbolism, and also the unique gemstone color and beautiful cutting. It just got everything I want. And even, sometimes the old cast stone, people will say it's not very sparkle, and it has windows, it's a little bit cloudy, but that doesn't matter because I already feel the connection to them. And I think it's just like a personal story be wrapped with gold.
And I think that's a wonderful thing to be able to do with your jewelry, is to tie it to yourself in that way, that it really says something to you personally, to the point where you are able to express that in the items that you wear. Sylvia, thank you so much for joining us today. We are looking forward to this auction, and if I see you with a bid paddle, I'll know what you're looking for.
Thank you. Thank you for listening.
A gift of meaning means so much more when it's a truly one-of-a-kind item. Make your gifts this season that much more meaningful with unique estate jewelry from our Unreserved collection jewelry auction, Friday, December 5th at our galleries, 51 Atlantic Highway in Thomaston. See our full catalog with full information on how to save 5% on your buyer's premium by registering as a phone or internet bidder at thomastonauction.com. And thanks to you for a great 2025 from all of us here at the galleries. And here's to all the excitement we're putting on the calendar in 2026, starting in February with our annual Winter Enchantment auction. What will be in that sale? Well, for now, just imagine the possibilities. Tishri Dobson, as always, is at the piano for us. Dave Allen motivates the guitar, and the entire production is written and edited for you by yours truly, Elizabeth McLeod, who wishes you smooth sailing, happy bidding, and a holiday season full of future memories from Auction Waves. Auction Waves is an exclusive presentation of Thomaston Place Auction Galleries in Thomaston, Maine.